Hi, how are you doing? I'm Andy. I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for asking. Mercury is about to station direct, which means the big kind of Mercury retrograde thing that we've all been through in the last kind of few weeks is going to pass, and things are going to go essentially back to normal. But things are never exactly the way they were before. Always some change comes along as we go through life. So I'll get the old Wonderland Tarot out, got the cards here ready, and we'll do a tarot card for each of the 12 signs, and I'll give a quick little explanation of the astrology that's happening. A very quick explanation, I'm afraid, but yeah, it's just kind of the way it goes. Takes all day to upload stuff, so there we go. I was kind of hoping we'd have better internet by now when I started my YouTube channel 13 years ago, but we still haven't. It's a fact of life. Some things never change. That's a fact. Anyway, this Mercury retrograde is going to end on Tuesday, the 3rd of November 2020. So don't let it be a big concern as you look at the rest of the month, because things really are about to calm down radically. Goes direct, in 25 degrees of the sign of Libra. So there's balance all over the place. Should be kind of positive, but there is a challenging square aspect to Saturn as the retrograde ends, and that's going to bring sadness. It's going to bring communication problems, and people are going to feel a bit of inhibition as well, not really wanting to be too out there, not really wanting to push forward with plans, which I guess is what we'd all like to do when we come out of a Mercury retrograde, because it kind of shuts us in so many ways. Also, this Mercury direct, which is what we call it when Mercury starts going the right way again, having moved backwards through the sky for the last 2 or 3 weeks, is making an aspect with, well, it's two really positive fixed stars actually, but one of them, Arcturus, when you get a harsh aspect like this, brings a certain amount of trouble with it. So you've got to watch out for that, especially if you're involved with legal action. But a great deal of this trouble is in the mind, You've got to keep thinking positive, keep thinking in the future, keep looking ahead, and actually keep looking up, because the answers are up there, not down there. Okay, let's move quickly through the star signs then. For Aries in November, intellectual energy is a thing, and motivation is a thing as well. There's going to be much more motivation for you guys, Aries, as you go through November. But the inspiration can be a bit overwhelming. It can get really quite too much. And being fire signs, Aries have that ambitious side as well. So fulfilling goals is going to be great. It's going to be satisfying, but you've got to know which goals you're going to be trying to fulfill. So let's turn over the top card on my deck here for Aries. Ace of Pentacles. Well, there we are. First sign in the zodiac, and the first card in the Pentacles. And we've got two discs here. One is the traditional pentacle there that's being held out by a hand as if it's being offered to Aries. This is a great possibility, a great string of new opportunities, I suppose, are symbolised by this. But at the same time, as blue as the sky is in this card, it's kind of a dark blue, so it's not all entirely straightforward, and the trees are kind of looming over there. So nature, just the ways of the world, are likely to get in the way of this. But Aries, if you put your mind to it, you will end up kind of doubling your money, doubling your energy, doubling whatever it is you want to double, as long as you really apply yourself to this one. So important to do that. And then you'll get the second disc, which looks like a real nice cake with a sort of English Tudor rose on it there, which I kind of like because I'm an Englishman. I would, wouldn't I? But that is kind of a reminder of the past, actually, and our ancestors, and all the positive energies that are around us in this world that we don't see with our eyes open in the everyday world. It's all third eye stuff. So Aries, do kind of follow that third eye vision. Do be looking in that direction. So Taurus, now this is going to feel like a friendlier year all around if you're sort of aware of your ability to charm. And Taurians do have a great ability to charm people and to get things done that way, which is a real nice way to get it going, actually. Take advantage of your kind of personal charm, any influence you have, and whatever position you find yourself in, try and use it to the best of your ability. Nothing sneaky about that, really. We find ourselves in good positions where we can kind of get things going the way we want them, because that's what we're meant to do. So Taurus, if that's the way for you, go along with it. You're probably also going to want to emphasize your independence. You're going to want to go it alone in some ways. And the watchword for you guys really is originality. You know, use your creative energy in an original way to make things happen, because life is a conveyor belt. There's no point going back over the past and trying to redo things from the past that maybe don't serve you anymore, even though they might well have served you positively in the past. This card is a bit more gloomy though. This is the Nine of Swords. Swords all about decisions and all about air sign energy. So this would be Gemini, Libra and Aquarius around you or in your birth chart, Taurus. And the deal with this is that the hair has woken up in the middle of the night. Real kind of reflections all over this. I'm so sorry about that. I'll have to fix my lighting. I really will. And if I fixed my lighting, I would have sorted out one of the problems I've got with my YouTube videos. So I am going to go ahead and do that for sure. And this is what this card is all about, sorting things out one at a time. 9 swords are hanging over the hare's head as he tries to kind of get some sleep, really. And the game is on because of the chessboard showing on the quilt there. But if the hare actually gets up the next day after hopefully he's had some sleep, he can take down one of those swords and he can sort it out. Then there's only 8 swords over his head. And so forth and so on, just sorting things out one at a time, Taurus. That's the way. When a lot of stuff comes up, just try and sort it out one at a time. Work on it like that. That's the way forward. So Gemini. Okay, Gemini. Now, this is kind of going to be a month when Geminis can count on their family. Lots of family influence. And they say friends are the new family, so I guess we're talking about friends as well. No matter what problem might come up, you'll be able to deal with it. And you'll be able to deal with it while you're actually counting on other people, while you're actually going with the flow of the people that the universe has brought around you. It's not just physical family, Earth style, it's the cosmic family, it's the soul family. And if you haven't met all of your soul family yet, Taurus, and it's a lifelong thing, then I'm sure you're going to meet more people as we go through November. Don't be taking problems and things too difficult, don't be taking problems and difficulties, that's what I'm trying to say, too seriously, okay? Because there is a way to sort all these things out. That's why they come up. So turned over a card for you guys. 7 of Wands this time. Wands being fire sign energy. This is Leo, Sagittarius or Aries, somewhere in your birth chart, somewhere in your influences or somewhere around you. This is the way for Gemini. That's where we are at the moment, isn't it? I get so confused by trying to do 12 signs in a fairly short video so I can get the thing uploaded. There is a battle going on here. Egos are certainly involved with it, but it's a battle that has to do with getting things done. Alice in the card here is really trying to get things done, but there's a game on there, scattered playing cards all over the place. Very difficult to actually see the way ahead until you've resolved all the incoming things, all the things that are coming down the pike at you at the moment. And a bit like the last card, the way to sort them out is one at a time, but you will actually get them all sorted out. This looks like a big battle going on in this card, and I suppose there is Gemini, but you'll find your way, because that Gemini out there positivity is going to serve you really, really well as you go through November. So Cancer now, let's move on to Cancer. Now for Cancer, it's a good month for balancing things, particularly the home and the work-life balance. And you would already be aware, I'm sure, Cancer, of some problems coming up around that. In a way, it always is a problem, because the more we work, the more we can actually give to our family. A friend of mine had a job where he had to travel all over Europe, and he was also a single father to 2 young daughters. And he would drive back from wherever he was, if he possibly could. If he could get back there by kind of evening time to say goodnight to his daughters, then he would do that, and that was really hard. I think he spent more time driving than he did working in the end. Really, really quite a difficult thing. But, you know, a possible thing, that's it. So you're going to have a push to really get through what's coming at you at the moment, Cancers. And you can overcome any problem as long as you don't kind of get things exaggerated, don't get things out of proportion, you know, and just don't give in to nervousness, because there are going to be emotional challenges for Cancer as we go through the month of November. So let's bring out a card, and it's number 1 from the Major Arcana. It is the Magician, and this is looking incredibly positive actually, because this says that you've got all the tools you need to sort things out. And this isn't just a case of looking around for the tools, because they're there spiritually. And they are there spiritually in the sky above this card. But the Magician has actually got all the tools in his hands here. He's the caterpillar, and he shows up in a couple of other cards in this deck as well. So it's an ongoing thing. It really is, you know. Again, it's that conveyor belt which is chugging and churning, bringing us towards Christmas, bringing us towards Thanksgiving, bringing us towards the new year. And then that is going to lead to yet another new year. So that is the way it's going for Cancer, my friends. We will move on and we'll have a look at Leo. Now for Leo's, November is going to be a month where you kind of feel exhausted for no reason. I expect a lot of people feel like that at the moment, because we've just had a really intense full moon, and full moon energy is really strong. I've barely slept the last couple of nights because the moon has been... Well, it was full last night. It was nearly full the night before. Probably will be difficult to sleep again. I've had weird dreams, crazy things like that. So it can be exhausting, but take notice of what's actually going on. Because to be quite honest, Leo, what is going on is going in a positive direction for you. It's going to allow you to be out there. It's going to be allowing you to get your ideas in front of people, show what you can do, and that is a real positive thing for the sign of Leo. Now, we've got another slightly dark looking card here with a lot of promise. We can see the day is either dawning or the sun is setting in the background on this card. I'm going to say dawning though, because we only get sunset, because dawn is going to come round again. And we can see this character is all chopped up with parts lying all over the ground there. Excuse my dirty fingernails, by the way. It's the season of lighting fires, and so that keeps my hands nice and dirty. But all these scattered parts of the person lying on the ground there have no blood. You see what I mean? So it's kind of like a bloodless coup. Something maybe going to ambush your plans, but it's not going to be in a really negative way. It might feel negative at the time, Leo, but you're actually going to be able to put yourself back together, and you are actually going to be able to get on and live your life. That is really the positive message. Okay, so Leo, always darkest just before dawn, but this is a month of balance coming in, and it should bring you a fair bit of prosperity along the way. Very, very positive in that sense. So that brings us to the sign of Virgo, and let's see where we're going with Virgo this month. I've got it all on my computer screen in front of me, which you can probably see in my glasses there. Okay, so Virgo, you shouldn't have any problems socialising this month. That's really positive. But in terms of making important decisions, it's going to be a good idea not to try and make too many of those important decisions. You know, we all have to be decisive. We all have to get things done. And the energy of Virgo is all about actually, you know, wanting not necessarily just to get things done, but to get things sorted out so that everything is calm. Not the easiest month to do that, so just kind of keep your head down a bit if you can in November. Events are going to be happening too fast, really, so you could end up regretting what you've decided. Decisions made under pressure aren't always the best way to go, Virgo. And for you, we've got the 10 of Cups. Now, this is the happy ever after card, and that shows that this is likely to be quite a happy month for you guys, Virgo. I wouldn't say no doubt at all, because there's some red clouds in the sky and they're definitely on the slant. But what a beautiful clear blue sky, and the red that's in the clouds is a nice kind of almost a pinky red, really. It's a lot like an ink that I've got called Audacious Red, which is a real lovely ink, and it's kind of higher heart chakra pink, so it's looking positive, particularly in relationships. And they sometimes call this the happy ever after card. You can see it's a scene of great happiness here. The 10 cups are all up on the wall, and they're all looking really nice and full, as if they're not a problem, as if there's no difficulty there. But we know that tomorrow is the first day, well, maybe even today is the first day of the rest of your life. I can never remember exactly how that old saying goes exactly. But the point is, the rest of your life is actually starting now. And that's true for everyone, but I'm saying it for Virgo right here. And the question is, where is that happy couple going to go next? You know, you can find yourself in a really good situation, a situation which is perfect in terms of everything you've been asking for, but there's going to be another day. And what is going to happen on the next day? Well, my friends, what's going to happen is you're going to be on the journey. So keep in mind, you know, that making forced decisions, that kind of thing, particularly getting back at people who've kind of tried to do you down, or just kind of righting wrongs of the past, it's worth doing, but do it as gently as you can, you know, because you're just too diplomatic to start hitting below the belt. That's the fact. So that'll be more comfortable for you. Anyway, quick drink of tea now, because I do like my tea. And we will move on to the sign of Libra. Now, Mercury is going direct in the sign of Libra. So the first week of November particularly is going to be a good time for Libra. It's a strong time for Libra. It's a time of real kind of positive energy happening. Inspiration is the thing for Librans, and you're going to be inspiring the people that you're closest to, you know. So speak carefully and kind of, you know, just have a care about the people around you, because you are going to be giving them inspiration, and you want to kind of make it genuine, make it as real as possible. In the last few months, you've gathered a lot of knowledge that you need to share. That is the fact for Librans. So be as understanding as you can, but at the same time, don't be forcing your opinions on other people's, because that can involve losing some of your best friends, which is the last thing you want to happen. And the card for you guys, it's a nice balanced number 2, very uncomplicated balance there in the number 2. It's the 2 of Wands, so it's about getting things done. And Alice here she's sort of wondering which way to go, but the point is she's facing away from the chessboard, which is cut into the grass in the field behind her, and the winds of change are blowing. That's probably happening for real all over the world. It's been very stormy here the last couple of days, and it brings in change. Make sure that it's brushing away the darkness and bringing in the light, and you can do that by visualizing and just believing, you know, that things are going to go the right way, because ultimately they will, Libra. That's a fact. But Scorpio now, quite a tricky one for Scorpio here. You guys are going to be under a lot of pressure. Duties that you find difficult to take care of, that kind of thing. And you've got to watch that work-life balance as well, Scorpio. That's important for you guys too. It's easy to just get addicted to work when it's going well. And so kind of slow things down for a bit if you can. Just take your time. That seems to have been a watchword through all the signs so far. And as we get into Scorpio, that's really emphasised. There's a lot of pressure is coming in because there's a lot of change, you know. Things are going to happen. Things are going to keep coming up in a rapid sort of a way. So do try and remember that your health is the thing that matters more than anything else. Health is an important watchword for you. And health is a thing that suffers a lot when stress gets into the picture. There could be stresses, there could be frustrations around relationships, particularly with close partners here. So the card I have pulled for the sign of Scorpio is this one. It's the 4 of Pentacles. So very earthy energy here. It's about keeping it real. It's about keeping it grounded. It's Taurus, it's Virgo, it's Capricorn. Those things, those influences and energies in your chart. Maybe your significant other is one of those signs, Scorpio. Maybe not, but those are the energies that are coming in and around. And look, the mouse is hiding in the teapot here. 3 pentacles on the teapot, so where's the 4th one? It's on the biscuit here. Someone's had a bite out of that biscuit. Now then, Scorpio, have you had a bite out of the biscuit and then had to sort of run away and hide? Or are you just hiding because some great monstrous energy has come in and tried to take a bite of your biscuit? Well, don't hide away for too long, because we know that you've got this mousy energy going on at the moment, so you'll be able to scurry away if troubles come and hide within that teapot again. But we're looking at things, particularly around career for Scorpio, being calm, so you can kind of just get on with life, just get on with getting ready for Thanksgiving, Christmas, the festive season. The stars are saying that Scorpios will be in good health during the month of November. Just, you know, don't depend entirely on the stars bringing that in. That's the thing to do. Do something towards that yourself. Eat as healthy as you can. And as I said, keep the stress down, Scorpio. That's so important. Sagittarius. Now then, you ought to have a November filled with love and kind of feelings of euphoria and happiness. I'm very glad to see that because I myself am a Sagittarius, as you'll know if you've been watching me for any length of time. And if you're new to the channel, by the way, I want to give you a big welcome. I want to give you a big welcome, whoever you are, even if you've been watching for years. But particularly, welcome to the channel. If this is your first visit, do hit that subscribe button. Things are always changing and I'm always kind of coming up with new ideas. And I'm always doing readings. I've been reading the cards and following astrology since the 1980s, something like 33 years experience here. So I know what I'm talking about. Keep it real, keep it here, keep it twig brother at the sign of the glowing cat. So Sagittarius, you're going to be ready to send out all that kind of positive energy and you're going to want to be gentle about it as well. This is not kind of a bull in a china shop situation for Sagittarius in November. And your empathy is going to be at its most full. That's the great thing. Your empathy is going to be right up. And so you're going to find people coming to you for advice. And some of them are going to think that you're the only one that can help them. Now that can be a real difficult position to be in. It really can. But anyway, let's pull a card for Sagittarius, and it's the Ace of Wands. This is really positive. Wands are all about getting things done, so this is going to be a time when you're really going to be able to make a difference in your own life, Sagittarius, and in the lives of other people. That's the good news here, because whatever you put out there in terms of holding out the wand, there is the great spiritual cloud of inspiration that's bursting out of the top of the candle in the background. The earth all around in this card is looking barren and sandy. It actually looks like the surface of Mars to me. And we know with Mars there's probably going to be more going on there than we think. You know, people say there couldn't possibly be any life going on Mars. Some people say, well, there must be. If you look at it, see in a cold scientific light, it's a very barren looking landscape. But the fact is, whatever life, if there is life up there, could be something we have no conception of. It's something that doesn't fit with our own scientific views of what we know about planet Earth. But, you know, there could be something there that we don't know about at all. So be aware of that, Sagittarius, and get your counselling head on and get ready for people to think that you're maybe wiser than you are, and try and take a tempered approach to that if you can. Positive month for Sagittarius, most certainly, in November 2020. So Sagittarius, Capricorn is next. Now, Cappies, you might actually come up with a plan on how to be real financially independent and solving money worries like that so that you're in control. But you're going to be in a combative mood, wanting to kind of fight your way through things to get things done. And you're actually going to need that. And you're going to need your stubbornness towards success. Yeah, Capricorns really want to hang on tight and succeed. It's different to the Aries, the ram kind of punching through things energy with Capricorn. But it's definitely a case of wanting to hang on and wanting to make good things happen. Not just hanging on to go nowhere, but to make good things happen so that you're building on the successes you've already had. And as long as you're kind of using your self-discipline, Capricorn, the month of November is going to get you really achieving your goals, and it's going to bring happiness in that way. It's a month of harmony for you guys, and that can bring great things into your life, particularly around your career. So let us have a card for the sign of Capricorn. 10 of Pentacles. Great. Now, Pentacles, Earth sign energy, so that is you guys, Capricorn. It's also Taurus and Virgo, those influences around you, those influences in your chart, the kind of organisation, if you will, of Virgo and the charm of Taurus are going to get involved here. And what we can see here is a very Taurian trait, actually. Alice is having a nice sleep there. And whenever Taurus gets into the picture, and to an extent when Mars gets into the picture in astrology, it's good to either get things done or take a complete rest. This card, Capricorn, is pushing you guys towards the idea of a complete rest. It's all golden. There are 10 pentacles around the chair. And in the top of the image, right up here, I'll show you, we've got photos or portraits or whatever they are, but pictures of Alice's ancestors watching over her as she sleeps. and the cat down there sleeping as well. I've got a cat sleeping next to me at the moment. It's definitely a time of sleeping cats at the moment, but everything is peaceful. You know, let it be peaceful. That's the bottom line. True, a lot of good things are coming in. True, the conveyor belt of life and abundance is actually flowing, but just let it happen in its own time. You know, be restful about it, be easy about it, be gentle about it. So now, Aquarius, you might be kind of a bit too impulsive in November. Not necessarily, you know, but that's the way the stars are pushing things for you guys at the moment. You're also going to have that urge to spend all your money, so stay away from eBay, stay away from Wish.com, stay away from Amazon, AliExpress, wherever. Just be really careful that you're not buying things on impulse. Pay attention to, you know, the small things of money. They say if you look after the pennies, the dollars, the pounds will look after themselves. So just kind of keep it as real as you can. If you're going to buy something, ask yourself, do I need it? Will I actually use it? You know, it's a great month really for buying some crazy thing that you end up putting in the closet and never using. So look out for that. Mercury is also going to bring your psychic abilities out quite strongly, Aquarius, as well. So that's a positive thing. But maybe you won't actually be using any of that psychic stuff around your career. It's more about keeping your life flowing in a positive way. Now, I've been a psychic, as I was saying, for 33 years, and it just doesn't always help your career. That's the bottom line of it. Sometimes you got to keep it real. But because of that psychic ability, somewhere in the back of your mind, Aquarius, you are actually going to know the shot better than anyone else. So just kind of quietly get on with that. Pay attention to money. You know, it'd be too easy to become extravagant. That's going to be a temptation in November of 2020. But you should have a time without any worries going on, you know, and that's really positive. It's just going to mean that big temptation to spend rather a lot of money is going to be taking you absolutely nowhere. A card for the sign of Aquarius is this one, the Six of Pentacles. This looks really positive, but kind of don't let past things twang at your heartstrings or in any other sort of sense of the way you're going forward. Keep it real, keep it in this moment. And you see there's an absolutely fantastic banquet going on here. But Alice is with the Mad Hatter and the Mad March Hare. So nothing is quite what it seems. The clouds are rather slanted. And that's why you've got to keep it as real as possible. Okay, moving along rather swiftly because this is getting to be quite a long video for me. I'm trying to make longer ones when I can, but I'll have no internet all day while it's uploading. That's the thing. So let's move on to Pisces now. The November 2020 monthly horoscope for the sign of Pisces is kind of what I'm all about at the moment. And for Pisceans, whether or not you've actually looked after your health all this year, you're going to find during November that there's more you can do for your health, and that's not just healthy body and wise eating, that kind of thing. It's actually going to be a healthy attitude to life as well. You're going to find even more out about that as we go through November. So do make sure you're eating the right foods. Avoid real kind of strong foods. Avoid foods which are full of chemical crap as well, because the card I've got for Pisces is this one, and we can see that great things are happening. It is the Eight of Pentacles, really positive in terms of finances and just in terms of things generally speaking being golden. But you can see that the king in the card here has been given the wrong tools to work with. Even though, you know, he's the king and he's kind of in charge of his own destiny, almost as much as the magician was in that card, he hasn't really got a very good tool to use here. It would be pretty difficult to write with a giant pencil like that. But somehow he's managing it, see? The pentacles are stacking up the wall as he gets on with his work. And 8 is that as above, so below number. So Pisces, don't just be looking in this world for the answers. Look into the afterlife. Listen to your dreams. Listen to the spiritual realms. Do some meditation, that kind of thing. That's good advice for everybody, actually, to do some meditation. But Pisces, particularly important for you guys, according to this card and according to everything I'm seeing in my computer screen about the astrology for you guys as you go through November. Okay, there's massive potential for progress, but it's not going to be obvious. You're not going to feel really well equipped to deal with that and to handle what's going on. But it is looking pretty golden. You might be faced with a time of waiting, and you know, if that happens, don't worry too much about it, because sometime in November things will start moving and things will get going. Mid-November, you'll probably have to take care of your own sort of financial stuff, international networking, that kind of thing. But, you know, you'll have high ideals and you might be preoccupied with money, but at the same time, you will actually get through it. Looking fairly positive for Pisces in the long term towards the end of November as we go through. But there are certainly some challenges there, my friends. Okay, so that is what we've got for Pisces this month. That just about wraps up this video. I'm going to say thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll be along with more videos soon, so hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and it won't be too long before I'm here again with another reading. It's what I love doing. If you'd like a private reading, or if you'd like a birth chart, in fact, if you'd like a birth chart and a private reading, there's a nice kind of discount there to make it a bit less expensive for you. But do email me. The email address is going to be down there, 35and83@gmail.com. That's 35and83@gmail.com. Do follow me on the social media as well, actually, because I put things on Instagram, I put things on Facebook, and even, dare I say, Reddit, and Twitter as well, thinking about it, which don't always make it into the YouTube videos. Kind of spread the energy around a bit. I think that's a good way to do it. Anyway, have a fantastic time ahead, my friends. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Love, light, peace, and prosperity to all of you as you go through this November. Bye-bye.